Have you ever wished you could change your life just by thinking about it? Well, you're in for a treat. Today, we're diving into a powerful idea that can transform your world. It's not about working harder or learning complicated tricks. It's about something you already have, your imagination. Yes, that's right. The same imagination you use to daydream or plan your next vacation can be the key to unlocking the life you've always wanted. This idea comes from a man named Neville Goddard, who taught that our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality. It's like having a magic wand, but instead of waving it around, you're using your mind to create the life you desire. Sounds too good to be true? Stick with me and you'll see how this simple yet powerful concept can change everything for you. Think about it. How many times have you looked at your life and wished things were different? Maybe you want a better job, more money, or a loving relationship. What if I told you that the power to have all of that is already inside you? That's what Neville Goddard's teachings are all about. He believed that our outer world is just a reflection of our inner thoughts and beliefs. It's like living in a world-sized mirror that shows you exactly what you think about yourself and life. Now, I know what you're thinking. If it's that easy, why isn't everyone living their dream life? Well, here's the catch. It's simple, but it's not always easy. Changing your life means changing how you think about yourself and the world around you. And let's face it, that can be pretty scary. You see, we're used to looking at our current situation and letting it dictate how we feel and what we believe is possible. If you're struggling with money, it's easy to believe that you're just not good with finances. If you're single, you might start thinking you're not lovable. But here's the thing. Those beliefs are exactly what's keeping you stuck. To really change your life, you need to be brave enough to look beyond what's in front of you. You need to be willing to believe in something better, even when everything around you is saying it's impossible. It means facing your doubts, your fears, and all those negative thoughts you've been carrying around. It means being honest with yourself about what you really want and believing that you deserve it. This isn't always comfortable. In fact, it can be downright challenging. You might have to confront some parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. You might have to let go of old excuses and take responsibility for your life in a way you never have before. But here's the good news. If you're ready for a big change, if you're tired of settling for less than you deserve, then you're in the right place. Now let's get into the meat of Neville Goddard's teachings. He talked about something called the mirror of reality. This isn't a physical mirror you can hang on your wall. It's the idea that everything in your life, your job, your relationships, your bank account, is a reflection of your inner world. Think of it like this. Imagine you're standing in front of a huge mirror. This mirror doesn't just show your physical reflection, it shows everything you believe about yourself and the world. If you believe you're not worthy of love, the mirror will show you relationships that reinforce that belief. If you think making money is hard, the mirror will show you financial struggles. But here's the exciting part. This mirror doesn't judge. It doesn't decide what's possible or impossible. It simply reflects whatever image you hold in your mind. That means if you change your inner image, the reflection has to change too. Let's break this down with an example. Say you want to become wealthy. If deep down you believe that rich people are greedy or that you're not smart enough to make a lot of money, that's the image you're projecting into the mirror of reality. And guess what? The world around you will reflect that back to you. You might find yourself constantly struggling with money, missing out on opportunities, or sabotaging your own success. But what if you could change that inner image? What if you started to see yourself as someone who's great with money, who attracts wealth easily, who deserves abundance? According to Neville Goddard, when you change that inner picture, your outer world has to change to match it. Now, this doesn't mean you just think positive thoughts and money rains from the sky. It's about truly changing your core beliefs and the way you see yourself. It's about becoming, in your mind and heart, the person who already has what you want. This mirror principle doesn't just apply to money. It works for everything in your life, your relationships, your career, your health. They're all reflections of your inner beliefs and attitudes. If you want to change anything in your life, start by changing the image you hold of yourself in relation to that thing. Understanding this mirror principle is just the first step. The real magic happens when you start actively working with your inner world to create change. Neville Goddard taught that your imagination is the most powerful tool you have for shaping your reality. When most people think about changing their lives, they focus on taking action in the outer world. They might work longer hours, go on a diet, or try to meet new people. And while action is important, Goddard believed that the real work happens in your mind first. Here's how it works. Everything you experience in the physical world starts as an idea or an image in your mind. Your beliefs, your expectations, your assumptions, they all come together to form a kind of mental blueprint for your life. And just like a blueprint for a house determines what the house will look like, your mental blueprint determines what your life looks like. So if you want to change your life, you need to change your mental blueprint. This is where your imagination comes in. Instead of just accepting your current situation as reality, you use your imagination to create a new reality in your mind. You see yourself already having what you want, being who you want to be, living the life you desire. Now, this isn't just daydreaming or wishful thinking. It's about creating such a vivid and real experience in your mind that your subconscious mind begins to accept it as reality. When this happens, you naturally start to think, feel, and act in ways that align with this new reality. And as a result, your outer world begins to change to match your inner world. Let's say you want a promotion at work. Instead of just hoping for it or working harder, you would use your imagination to see yourself already in that new position. You'd imagine the congratulations from your colleagues, the feeling of satisfaction as you sit at your new desk, the pride as you tell your family about your success. You'd make this mental scene so real that you can feel the emotions, hear the sounds, see the details. As you do this regularly, you'll start to notice changes in yourself. You might feel more confident at work, come up with innovative ideas, or handle challenges with ease. You're aligning yourself with the version of you who already has that promotion. And as you do this, opportunities start to appear, and your outer world begins to reflect this new inner reality. This process works because your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what you vividly imagine and what you actually experience. By creating these detailed mental scenes, you're programming your subconscious to believe that this is your reality, and your subconscious then goes to work making it happen, influencing your thoughts, actions, and even the opportunities you notice and take advantage of. The key here is consistency and belief. You can't just do this once and expect miracles. It's about persistently holding that inner image even when your current reality seems to contradict it. It's about having faith in the unseen, trusting in the power of your inner world to shape your outer experiences. Now that we understand how our inner world shapes our outer reality, let's talk about one of the most important aspects of this process: changing your self-image. Your self-image is basically how you see yourself. It's the collection of beliefs, ideas, and assumptions you have about who you are and what you're capable of. Most of us have a self-image that's been shaped by our past experiences, what others have told us, and the conclusions we've drawn about ourselves over the years. And here's the thing. This self-image acts like a thermostat for your life. Just like a thermostat keeps a room at a certain temperature, your self-image keeps your life at a certain level. If your self-image is of someone who struggles with money, you'll find ways to stay in that financial struggle even if opportunities for wealth come your way. If you see yourself as unlucky in love, you might sabotage good relationships or not even notice when someone great is interested in you. Your life will always try to match your self-image. So how do we change this? Neville Goddard taught that the key is to create a new self-image using your imagination. Instead of accepting your current self-image as fixed, you consciously choose a new way to see yourself. Start by asking yourself some important questions. Who do you want to be? What qualities would you have if you were living your ideal life? How would you think and feel? What would your daily life look like? Get really specific here. The more detail you can imagine, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. Once you have a clear picture of this ideal self, your job is to start living from this new self-image in your imagination. This means mentally rehearsing being this new version of yourself. See yourself confident, successful, loved, or whatever aligns with your desires. Feel the emotions you'd feel if you were already this person. For example, if you want to be more confident, imagine yourself walking into a room full of people, feeling completely at ease. See yourself engaging in conversations, speaking up in meetings, or handling challenging situations with grace and assurance. Feel the sense of self-assurance in your body. Hear the confident tone in your voice. The trick is to make these mental scenes as vivid and real as possible. Use all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? How does your body feel? What are you wearing? Who's around you? The more real you can make it in your mind, the more powerful the effect on your subconscious. Now, here's where many people get stuck. When you start doing this, your current reality might seem to contradict this new self-image. You might still feel nervous in social situations or struggle with self-doubt. This is where persistence comes in. Keep holding on to that new self-image even when your current experiences don't match up yet. Remember, you're not denying your current reality. You're choosing to focus on the reality you want to create. It's like learning a new skill. At first, it feels awkward and unnatural, but with practice, it becomes more and more natural until it's just who you are. As you consistently hold this new self-image, you'll start to notice small changes. Maybe you'll handle a situation with more confidence than usual, or you'll find yourself naturally taking actions that align with your new self-image. These small changes are signs that your new self-image is starting to take root. The beauty of this approach is that it works from the inside out. Instead of trying to force changes in your outer world, you're changing your inner world. And as your inner world shifts, your outer world naturally follows suit. This process of changing your self-image is at the heart of Neville Goddard's teachings. He believed that by consciously choosing and embodying a new self-image, you could literally reshape your life. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose who you want to be and then aligning your inner world with that choice. Now that we've explored the power of changing your self-image, let's dive into one of Neville Goddard's most powerful techniques: living in the end. This concept is all about experiencing your desire as if it's already happened right now, in this moment. Living in the end means that instead of yearning for what you want or constantly thinking about how to get it, you simply assume that you already have it. It's like stepping into the future version of yourself who has already achieved your desire and then living from that place. Here's how it works. Let's say you want a new job. Instead of constantly worrying about how to get it or feeling frustrated that you don't have it yet, you would imagine that you've already got the job. You'd feel the satisfaction of sitting at your new desk, the pride of telling your family about your success, the relief of having a higher salary. The key is to make this imaginal scene as real and vivid as possible. Use all your senses. What does your new office look like? How does the chair feel? What conversations are you having with your new colleagues? Can you smell the coffee in the break room? The more real you can make it, the more powerful the effect. Now here's where many people get tripped up. Your current reality might seem to contradict what you're imagining. You might still be in your old job or not have a job at all. This is where faith comes in. Neville Goddard taught that your imaginal acts are just as real as your physical acts. In fact, he believed they were more real because they're the cause of everything in your physical world. So even if your current circumstances don't match your desire, you keep living from the end. You maintain the feeling of already having what you want. This isn't about denying your current reality. It's about choosing to focus on and live from the reality you want to create. As you continue to live in the end, you'll start to notice changes. You might find yourself naturally taking actions that align with your new job. Opportunities might start appearing. You might handle interviews with more confidence. These are all signs that your inner shift is creating changes in your outer world. When it comes to living in the end and manifesting your desires, there's one element that's absolutely crucial: feeling. Neville Goddard emphasized that it's not enough to just visualize what you want. You need to feel it as if it's already real. Why is feeling so important? Because your emotions are the language of your subconscious mind. You can think about something all day long, but if you don't feel it, it won't sink into your subconscious and create change. Think about it this way. When you remember a happy moment from your past, you don't just see images in your mind. You feel the happiness, right? That feeling is what makes the memory real to you. It's the same with creating your future. The feeling is what makes it real to your subconscious mind. So how do you generate these feelings? It's all about using your imagination to create a scene that implies your desire is already fulfilled. If you want financial abundance, imagine looking at your bank account and seeing a large balance. Feel the relief, the excitement, the sense of security that comes with having that money. If you want a loving relationship, imagine cuddling on the couch with your perfect partner. Feel the warmth of their embrace, the comfort of their presence, the joy of being deeply loved and understood. The trick is to make these imaginal scenes so vivid and real that they evoke genuine emotion. You're not trying to force the feeling or fake it. You're creating a mental experience so real that the feeling naturally arises. Now, you might be thinking, but how can I feel something that hasn't happened yet? This is where practice comes in. At first, it might feel like you're pretending. But as you continue to create these scenes and focus on the feeling, it becomes more and more natural. Remember, your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. By consistently feeling as if your desire is already fulfilled, you're training your subconscious to accept this as your reality. And once your subconscious accepts something as real, it goes to work, making it your physical reality. Now that we understand the importance of living in the end and feeling our desires as real, let's talk about two crucial elements of this process: persistence and patience. Persistence is key when it comes to changing your reality through imagination. Remember, you're not just trying to change your thoughts, you're rewiring deep-seated beliefs and patterns. This doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent practice. Neville Goddard often spoke about the importance of repeating your imaginal acts. He recommended doing your scene every night as you fall asleep. Why? Because in that drowsy state just before sleep, your conscious mind is relaxed and your subconscious is more receptive to new ideas. But persistence doesn't mean forcing yourself to visualize for hours on end. It's about quality, not quantity. A few minutes of deeply felt, vivid imagination can be more powerful than hours of half-hearted effort. The key is consistency. Do your scene regularly, really feeling it as real each time. Now let's talk about patience. This is often the hardest part for many people. We live in a world of instant gratification and we want to see results right away. But manifestation doesn't always work on our preferred timeline. Neville Goddard taught that there's often a gap between your imaginal act and its physical manifestation. He called this the bridge of incidents, the series of events that need to occur to bring your desire into reality. During this time, it might seem like nothing is happening. You might be tempted to give up or doubt the process. This is where faith comes in. You need to trust that your imaginal act is causing change, even if you can't see it yet. Think of it like planting a seed. When you put a seed in the ground, you don't see anything happening at first, but under the surface, that seed is germinating. Roots are growing. It's the same with your imaginal acts. Just because you can't see changes yet doesn't mean nothing is happening. This is why patience is so crucial. You need to give your desire time to manifest. Keep living in the end, keep feeling it as real, and trust that it's on its way to you. During this waiting period, it's important to stay open and receptive. Your desire might not manifest exactly as you imagined it. Sometimes it comes in even better ways than you could have thought of. Stay alert for opportunities, coincidences, or lucky breaks. These are often signs that your manifestation is on its way. Remember, the outside world might not change immediately, but as you persist in your new assumption, as you patiently maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you're creating a new pattern in your subconscious. And eventually, your outer world has to reshape itself to match this new inner reality. Persistence and patience work hand in hand. Your persistence in maintaining your imaginal act, coupled with the patience to allow it to unfold, creates a powerful force for change in your life. It's not always easy, but the results can be truly transformative. As you practice these principles, you'll likely start to see small changes at first. Maybe you'll handle a situation with more confidence than usual, or you'll notice opportunities you might have missed before. These are signs that your inner work is starting to affect your outer world. Celebrate these small changes. They're proof that the process is working. Focusing on what you want. One of the most powerful aspects of Neville Goddard's teachings is the importance of focusing on what you want rather than what you don't want. This might seem simple, but it's a game changer when it comes to manifesting your desires. Here's the thing. The mirror of life doesn't reflect what you don't want. It reflects what you focus on. This means that if you spend your time thinking about your problems, complaining about what's wrong in your life, or worrying about what might go wrong, you're actually inviting more of those experiences into your life. For example, if you're constantly thinking, "I hate my job," guess what? The universe hears "job I hate" and gives you more reasons to hate your job. If you're always worried about not having enough money, you're focusing on lack, and that's what you'll see reflected in your life. So how do we change this? By deliberately shifting our focus to what we do want. Instead of thinking about the job you hate, start imagining the job you'd love. What would it feel like to wake up excited to go to work? How would it feel to do work that's meaningful and fulfilling? Instead of worrying about not having enough money, focus on the abundance you want to experience. Imagine how it would feel to have more than enough, to be able to easily pay your bills and have plenty left over for things you enjoy. This shift in focus is powerful because it changes the energy you're putting out into the world. When you focus on what you want, you start to feel more positive emotions, excitement, joy, gratitude. These positive emotions are like magnets, attracting more positive experiences into your life. But here's where many people struggle. It's easy to focus on what you want when things are going well. The real test comes when you're faced with challenges or when your current reality seems far from your desire. This is where practice comes in. Make it a habit to catch yourself when you're focusing on what you don't want. Then, consciously shift your focus to what you do want. It might feel unnatural at first, especially if you're used to dwelling on problems. But with practice, it becomes second nature. Remember, this isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing where to put your mental and emotional energy. You can acknowledge challenges while still keeping your focus on the outcome you desire. Now let's talk about something Neville Goddard called the mirror cycle. This concept can help you understand why you might feel stuck in certain patterns and how to break free from them. The mirror cycle works like this. Most people look at their current circumstances, form beliefs based on what they see, and then those beliefs create more of the same circumstances. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. For example, let's say you're struggling financially. You look at your bank account and bills and you think, "I'm bad with money." This belief then influences your actions and decisions around money, leading to more financial struggles, which then reinforce your belief that you're bad with money. It's a cycle that can feel impossible to break. But here's the good news. You can reverse this cycle. Instead of letting your current circumstances dictate your beliefs, you can choose your beliefs first and then watch as your circumstances change to match them. Start with the image of what you want. Instead of focusing on your current financial struggles, imagine yourself as financially abundant. Believe in this image. Feel the relief, security, and joy of being financially stable. Look for signs, no matter how small, that support this new belief. Maybe you find $1 on the street, or you get an unexpected discount. These are reflections of your new belief in abundance. Acknowledge and appreciate these signs. This reinforces your new belief and invites more evidence of abundance into your life. Keep repeating this cycle, always starting with your chosen image and belief rather than your current circumstances. At first, the signs might be small, but as you persist in this new cycle, focusing on what you want and believing in its reality, you'll start to see bigger changes. Your actions will naturally align with your new beliefs, opening up new opportunities and possibilities. This mirror cycle applies to all areas of life, not just finances. Whether you want to improve your relationships, health, career, or any other aspect of your life, you can use this cycle to create positive change. The key is to remember that you're not at the mercy of your circumstances. You have the power to choose your beliefs and focus, and in doing so, you can reshape your reality. Now, I want to share something personal with you. When I first learned about these ideas, I was skeptical. It all sounded a bit too good to be true. But I decided to give it a try, and I'm so glad I did. At first, it felt strange. I felt like I was pretending or fooling myself. But as I kept practicing, living in the end and focusing on what I wanted, I started to notice changes. They were small at first, an unexpected opportunity here, a positive interaction there. But over time, these small changes added up to big transformations in my life. Things I had been wanting for years started coming to me, sometimes in ways I never could have imagined. I found myself becoming more confident, more positive, and more open to possibilities. And as my inner world changed, my outer world started to reflect those changes. Now, I'm not saying it was always easy. There were times when I doubted, when I wanted to give up, because things weren't changing as quickly as I wanted. But I kept at it, and the results have been amazing. I'm sharing this because I want you to know that this really works. It's not just theory or wishful thinking. It's a practical, powerful way to create change in your life. So I encourage you to try these ideas for yourself. Start small if you need to. Choose one area of your life where you want to see change. Apply these principles consistently for a few weeks and see what happens. Be patient with yourself and with the process. Remember, you're rewiring deep-seated patterns, and that takes time. And here's something really important. Don't get discouraged if things don't change overnight. Keep your focus on what you want, keep living in the end, keep choosing to believe in the reality you desire. The changes might be subtle at first, but they will come. As we wrap up this journey through Neville Goddard's teachings, let's recap the key points we've covered. Your imagination is a powerful tool for shaping your reality. What you see in your life is a reflection of your inner beliefs and focus. To change your life, start by changing your self-image and inner world. Live in the end by feeling and experiencing your desire as if it's already real. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Use the mirror cycle to create positive change in your life. Be persistent and patient as you practice these principles. Remember, these teachings aren't about magical thinking or denying reality. They're about understanding the connection between your inner world and your outer experiences, and learning to use that connection to create positive change in your life. You have within you the power to shape your reality. Your imagination, your beliefs, and your focus are incredibly powerful tools. Use them wisely and consciously. As you go forward from here, I encourage you to experiment with these ideas. Apply them in your life. See what changes. Be curious, be open, and most of all, be patient and kind with yourself as you learn and grow. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Neville Goddard's teachings. I hope you found it enlightening and inspiring. Remember, the power to create the life you desire is within you. Trust in that power, use it consciously, and watch as your world transforms. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel. Share it with others who might benefit from these ideas. And don't forget to leave a comment below sharing your thoughts and experiences. Your journey of transformation starts now. Embrace it, enjoy it, and watch as your desires unfold in wonderful ways.